So, you want to be in AP World History?
So you want to be in AP World History?
Hi, so here are a couple tips that you will help to succeed in AP World History. Take diligent notes.
Make sure, to read the chapter well. You'll, know what you need to take notes on after. The first one will be hard, but then after that, you'll see the patterns of, what he quizzes on and, what will be important. Make sure, also to at least read the online summaries, if anything, but read the book, so.
Make sure you follow Mr. Mansfield's essay prompts or essay guidelines because it'll really help you on the AP test itself. If you really memorize what he wants, it'll help you succeed and not be so stressed out when you're taking the real AP test. Make sure you get one of those AP study books because the whole class really helped the class a lot studying for the AP test in general.
Yeah.
So my main advice for this class is that one, always read your weekly assignments. If you ever get behind, it's not going to be helpful on the quizzes because your grade is mainly going to be based off these quizzes. When you take notes, a lot of times you're going to think that you're not taking enough notes, but really you may be already. So don't have 20 pages of notes for each page in the chapter. And if you think about it, the chapters aren't even that long because if you speed read, you'll be done pretty quick. So all it is don't procrastinate. Take good notes and study, and you'll be good.
Okay, so I know a lot of people are probably going to be saying this already, but in order to really succeed in AP World History, you're going to need to read the chapters that he assigns and take very specific notes because his quizzes, like his weekly quizzes or bi-weekly quizzes, they're very specific, so they'll ask you what year something was in or why they did something, and if you take specific notes and read the chapter, you'll probably remember it and do good on his quizzes.
Hi, we have here a foreign exchange student from Mexico. He has taken AP World History, and he will be telling us some things, his experience in AP World History, and I'll be translating for him.
Ya, José, puedes hablar. Esta clase es la clase más difícil que he tomado en toda mi vida. Nunca la quiero tomar otra vez.
He said, this class has been the hardest class that he's ever taken in his life.
Debes poner mucha atención en la clase y es muy difícil.
He said that you should pay close attention all the time in class, and it's very hard.
Quizás lo más importante que debes de hacer es tomar apuntes Cornelio cada semana.
Probably the most important thing to do is take corner notes every single day of the week, 24/7.
Bueno, sí, lo que él dijo. Y también debes escoger a una pareja o a unas personas que sean inteligentes, no que estén mensos, que sepan todo lo que dicen.
He said that you should also pick a partner or a group that will always help you out, but don't pick someone that's always gonna get you distracted or that you're just gonna mess around with, because this class is very important and there's a lot of work, and if you get a partner you can split the load.
Otra cosa es, debes hacer las cosas cuando puedas. Por ejemplo, no dejes lo que puedes hacer ahora para mañana.
He said also, you should do things when you can. You shouldn't leave things to the next day. If you can do them that day, then do it.
Es todo lo que tengo que decir. No tomen esta clase.
He says that's all he has to say. And if you take this class, he says, try your best. Don't ever give up. Okay? Always try your best.
Adiós.
Always. He said bye. Just always try your best. Do all your notes. All the time.
For AP World History, there's 2 tips you must follow. The first one is to never procrastinate, because once you start falling behind, you won't be able to catch up with the class and your grades will probably drop really low. And yeah.
I recommend that you take really good notes and try to understand the concepts of each chapter. Also, when you do the projects, do the best that you can because they really help you understand the material better.
Alright, so for AP, well basically it's a really hard class. What you're going to want to do is take really good notes. I recommend that you take a lot of notes towards the dynasties. Remember the Mongols a lot. I don't think they had it in the AP test this year, but they're really important. Basically, if you want to survive this class, do something I didn't, and well, stay about 3 weeks ahead of the reading, and you probably won't die. Take Mansfield's advice into hand. He knows what he's talking about. When it comes to writing the AP test and all the writing, I mean, I know 3 essays seems like a lot, but over the course of the year with all the assignments he gives you. Make sure you do them, but he really prepares you. The quizzes, they're really hard. They're really strenuous, but when it comes to the final AP test, they are a lot easier on the test. So stay ahead, do your homework, keep up with the notes, keep up with the reading, and you'll do fine.
When you guys start AP World History, don't flake out on the notes. Really pay attention to the smallest details, because sometimes those smallest details will help you. And focus on getting down the themes, because those will really help you in the future.
First of all, this is going to be a really hard class, and you're just going to need to really pay attention and focus on what you're doing. Make sure you understand the material. Don't just memorize all of it. Make sure you really understand what's happening, because history builds on itself and you're going to need to be able to connect things. So after you understand everything, before the AP test, there's not really much you can do. You're just going to have to trust that you prepared yourself and that you'll be ready, because I don't know, Mansfield's a really good teacher, and you're just going to be prepared for the test when it comes, so just trust that you'll be ready.
Alright, hey guys, so this is going to be your first AP class. You're not really going to know what you personally need to do until you actually take it, but definitely listen to everybody's advice that you talk to before going into this class. Notes are really important. Reading the chapters, obviously an important thing you need to do. And take Mr. Mansfield's advice, because he knows what he's doing. And good luck.
One thing to remember when you're taking AP World History is always ask questions. Don't ever feel like you're acting like you're stupid or that you're just really behind in class. It's just sometimes you really just don't understand some concepts. So if you really ask questions, it's actually really helpful. And don't just ask it from your peers, but also ask Mr. Mansfield. He's always really open to helping everyone clarify any vocab words or events that didn't really make sense.
What I enjoyed about AP the most was the fact of seeing how all the how history has affected what we see today, and how each new event has led up to some conflict we've seen in our time. Some advice I'd give to a new AP student would be to read through your book as much as you can, maybe once or twice. It doesn't necessarily have to be in super great detail, but it definitely does help to reread the chapter before a test or quiz, and that will help out a lot. And it will also help you to gain a better perspective on all the other chapters that you will be seeing later on in the book. Other than that, have fun in AP. It's really hard, and well, once you get into the second semester, it's easier after that. Yeah.
Okay, so AP World History seems like a really hard class, but I think the key thing to remember is just to get all the reading done and to make sure you really understand it and take notes, because if you do all that, that's going to be the main way you're going to be able to remember all the information for the quizzes. And so what I would suggest mainly is to get all your reading done, and also to just completely study for the tests and quizzes and the essays, because those are all major parts of your grade.
So I'd say it's really important to make sure that when you're reading a chapter, you get a global perspective and really understand time periods and regions. So that'll give you a better idea of how all the different regions connect together and interact with each other, and how, pretty much why our world is the way it is today.
So one thing you really need to know is that you can't procrastinate at all. Even if you usually can, and if you think you're really smart, you can't procrastinate in this class. It's going to be really hard, but as long as you just push through it, you'll be ready for the test. And if you do all the work, the test will be really easy. But if you slack and don't read chapters and stuff, then it's not. And you just need to keep on pushing through, and this will really help you for other classes, which will be hard to do too, because it's just so much work. So just do the work and you'll be good. And then after the test, you can just watch movies and stuff. Just get through it, and then also right before the AP test, don't freak out that much. If you did well in the class, you're going to be prepared, so just don't freak out, because a lot of people did and they really didn't need to.
Hi.
De los apuntes Cornelio, debes tomar los apuntes cada semana